Pig farming can be highly rewarding, both financially and personally, but it takes a whole lot more than buying a few pigs and feeding them for you to succeed in pig farming. You need the right knowledge, you need the right systems, and you need the right mindset too to be able to succeed as a pig farm owner. Now, what do you need to actually succeed in pig farming? The very first thing you need to have in place for you to succeed in pig farming is the right knowledge. What you don't know, you cannot succeed in. That's just the basic truth. Whatever business you are getting into and you don't know much about the business, you are bound to fail. This is why before you get into pig farming, especially pig farming, you must be able to learn what is involved in pig farming. Knowledge is power when it comes to pigs, and of course finances too, because you have to have a lot of capital to be able to do it in a big way, to be able to have a lot of sales and make a lot of money. But the foundation of your pig farm should be based on knowledge. You need the right knowledge to be able to succeed in pig farming. So this is why you must attend seminars, attend courses, go to farms around you and learn what you need to do to be able to succeed in pig farming. Or you should also be able to have someone you can always call to put you through, and the person will always do that. So this is basically the first thing you must put in place for you to be able to have a successful pig farm. The next one is you must have a strategic plan in place. In pig farming, you can decide to be a breeder, someone who breeds, or you can be a pork producer, or you can do both. It all depends on you. In pig farming, you can decide to be selling your animals to farms, or you can decide to be selling your animals to slaughters and to those who slaughter pigs and produce pork. Or you can do both. But for me, if I would advise you, I would tell you to do both because that makes your market broad. You can sell to butchers, you can sell to farms. It basically makes you to have income from different sources. Now, the third thing you must have in place is good breeding stock. You must start your farm with either the large whites, purebred animals, large whites, TN, that's the topic Nosvin line of pigs, or the land race. But large whites and TNs are, from my own experience, the best when it comes to someone who wants to start. Then later on you can add the then later on you can add the Durops and the rest. But if you want to start, I would advise you go for either of these two, the large whites or the TNs. And here on the farm, we have the TNs, we have the large whites. So if you need them, let us know. Because the breeding stock you use to start your farm is what will determine the kind of production you'll be having in your farm. That is just basically the truth. If you want to have a farm that will grow at a rapid rate, you must have good breeding stocks in your farm because that will be the foundation of the pigs that will be in your farm. 5 years from now, those pigs that you started your farm with will determine the kind of pigs you have 5 years from now. So this is why it's always important that you start with the right breeds. And for me, large white TNs are the basic ones you need for a start. The next thing you need to have in place is proper housing. If you can see, all these things are the houses. All these things are the housings at our farm. The pigs have messed themselves up. We keep washing them, but they keep messing themselves up on the floor. So you must build a proper housing in your farm. You must make it to be solid. You must make it to be thick. You must make it to be long lasting. This is the only way to make sure that you are not constantly spending money on maintenances or repairs. You must be able to build your farm in such a way that there is enough ventilation. If you can see all these rooms, there are pigs here. So this is why you must have enough ventilation in your farm because naturally pigs don't have sweat glands. So in whatever environment they are, they need constant air, constant aeration. So you must build your farm to be solid and to also have room for air. Then, of course, you must also add other things such as the wallowing section, the feeding section, and all that. That is how you make sure that you have a proper housing. Then, of course, the next one is the nutrition. You must be able to feed your pigs well to be able to get the best results out of them. Your pigs will grow, your pigs will gain weight based on what they eat. If what they eat is not okay for them, they will not grow well. This is why you must feed them well. You must make sure that you feed your pigs well. That is just basically the truth. If you want your pigs to gain weight fast, you must feed them well. And if your pigs are not gaining weight fast, then what's the use of you keeping them? You must make sure that they're gaining weight. And that's basically that. That is the only way to ensure that you always have animals that are ready to either be sold or to either go into production. The next thing you need to have in place is manage the health management procedures. Here on the farm, we have so many drugs that we use for treating different sicknesses, different health conditions in our pigs. Now, I've made several videos on that. You can simply refer to them. And of course, in fact, the channel these videos I make are like the easiest way for anyone to start their farm because I've talked about almost everything involved in pig farming in these videos. Now, the next one is record keeping. If you run a pig farm business, you must have your records. Now, not just your sales record, but also your uh, record of pigs in your farm. The number of pigs you have in your farm at each point, the number of animals that are pregnant, the number of pigs that are due for servicing. Basically, you must keep a record of all the processes in your farm. Now, all these things I've outlined them in previous videos. You can simply refer to them. Then, of course, the next thing you need, which is probably one of the most important ones on this list, is marketing. You must have ready markets for your pigs. This is why before you start your pig farm, you must survey your environment to make sure that there is a good market demand for these pigs in your area. You can't just start a farm in a place where there's no demand for it. You will struggle to make sales. And when you are struggling to make sales, it becomes a problem to even, you know, to even scale your farm. It becomes a problem. So the next thing you need is you need patience and consistency. Unlike other businesses, for example, in manufacturing, if I want to produce 500 bags of cement today, I can do it comfortably. But in pig farming, if I want to produce 500 pigs today, I can't. For me to be able to produce that number, I have to wait for like almost 4 months, 5 months to be able to produce that kind of number. Then if you are someone who started newly, for you to be able to scale your farm to 500 pigs, it might take you years. So this is why you must be patient, you must be consistent. Pig farming is not something you just start and you expect to, have all the profits in the world immediately. No, it takes time, it takes patience, it takes consistency. And of course, the last one is you need financial discipline. Whenever you're running a business, you have to be financially disciplined. You don't just spend your money from your business anyhow. No, you keep reinvesting. You keep putting the money back into your business because the major aim of having a business is to scale it, not just to keep it stagnated. No, you have to scale it. And the only way to scale your business is to either go and take a loan or to keep reinvesting your profit. But the easiest part will be to reinvest your profits. So that is basically that because the truth is to even get loans for livestock is a bit difficult. So that's another topic for that day. So, but easiest way to scale your farm is to keep reinvesting your profit. So that is basically all you need to be able to have a successful pig farm. And as long as you have a successful pig farm, every other thing is secondary. That's just the truth. So make sure you try your best to have a successful pig farm.